Hey coaches, okay, today I wanted to show you how I create a lot of my graphics and banners for my groups, for my events, for my website, for my coaching business. So I use Canva, and it's canva.com, and it is a free site. You can upgrade to get a lot of your branding tools, and so you can just kind of navigate and see exactly what that is. I'll go into that just a little bit. There's also a site called PicMonkey that you can use. I like Canva because they save all of your templates and you can use them over again. So canva.com. So let's say that we are going to host an event. And let's just use this coach sneak peek event that I'm going to do next week. I've actually already created the banner, so I'm just going to pull it up and show you what I actually created. And so this is what it looks like. So I'm going to show you how I went about creating that. So the first thing I do is I look at the size that I need for my banner. And so when you pull up Canva, you are going to be able to create a design. And, you know, it's going to show you social media, Facebook posts, Instagram, on and on. And so you can use any of those. It's going to show you some more, right? So you can just look all through here. I mean, there's so many different dimensions of the things that you're going to need for your business. So you can just kind of play around with that, but use custom dimensions is what I used for this one, and I use 784 by 295. That's what I use for event photos. And I'm just going to hit design, and it's going to bring up a blank template. And so I have something to work from fresh, right? Okay, so then what I do is I use Google. I use Google, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for girl boss, or girl desk. I don't know what I searched for. Girly desk, girl boss image. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to find that image again, but we're going to try. So I don't know. We're going to look through here. I don't even think that's, image. That went to my way. It does that sometimes. I hate when it does that. All right, let's start over. Google.com. So we might not make that exact image. If not, it's okay. So girl boss desk image. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to search for more. And this is going to be a coach sneak peek. So what's going on there? I'm just going to search through there. You can search through there and find an image that you like, that you want to use for your banner, okay? So I'm not really seeing the one that I used, but this one looks nice. So we can use that one. And so what I do is I just save it to my desktop. And so I'm going to save it as Girl Boss. And then I'm going to look through here real quick just to make sure I don't. Is that the one I used? It's pretty close. Sometimes if I see something that's really close to what I like, I will click on that and click more, because you might see something. There it is. Yep, that's what I used. Okay. So this is what I used. And this actually looks a little grainy, a little more grainy than what I used. But that's okay. So I'm going to save this, save image, onto my desktop. I'm just going to save it as download and save it. All right. So now I'm going to come back over to Canva. All right, to my clean banner. and I am going to upload. Okay, so you can navigate and play around with this, but for this, I'm going to upload. All right, and so what I'm going to upload is my image. I saved that to my desktop. I saved it as download, and I'm going to upload that into Canva. So once I do that, I can just drag it over, and then I'm going to enlarge it to fit my banner. Like I said, this one was just a little more grainy, and sometimes like I will minimize this so I can work with it a little bit. Okay. Like I said, that was a little more grainy than mine was. That's okay. All right, and then I can maximize it. Now, what I do a lot, I like to play with the filters. So like I might put a filter on this. This is a filter that I like to use. Don't necessarily think that I would use it for that one because it makes it look a little dirty. I do like to make my stuff look transparent, so I will do that. I'll fade it out a lot. I just think using an image like this makes it have that more professional feel. Okay, so then you know you're going to put your text, and so of course you're going to click on text. Now this is where I was talking about your branding. With branding, typically you want to use 3 fonts, the same 3 fonts. So these are the 3 fonts that I use over and over again because you want people to be able to look at your picture and say, yes, that's Mandy's picture. I know because those are the colors she uses. Those are the fonts that she uses each and every time. So I am going to put Girl Bosses Wanted. Okay, so I'm just going to click on that. This is already there for me. So right here, I'm just going to double click on these words and put Girl Bosses. That's what I'm going to put there. And then I'm going to change this color. Of course, you're just going to click on this color wheel. These are the colors I use. Those are the 4 colors that I stick with. So I'm going to make it this fuchsia color. I'm going to drag it up here. Okay. I want it to be bigger, so I'm going to scroll down here. Maybe not that big. All right, something else that I like, this text spacing. If you click here, you can make your letters farther apart. You can make them closer together, however it is that you want them to look. You can also do it if you have multiple lines, the lines closer or further apart. All right, so Girl Bosses. And then I'm also going to use that same font. I'm going to put Wanted. And I'm going to make it a little bigger, but not quite as big as the pink. Okay, that's how I want that. Really simple. All right, so the next thing I want is I want them to see me. So I want a picture of me. So what I always do is I go to this elements and I go to frames. So you can look through the elements. There's photos you can put in, different shapes, lines, all that good stuff. So I always go to frames, and I'm going to scroll down here. There's a couple that I always use. I like this one a lot, and then I use this one too. So basically what it does is it puts your picture in this frame. All right, so I'm going to put my picture. I might use that one. Now, and you can see like how your picture is going to look. Now, when you do this, that's not the picture I used, so I'm actually going to show you the actual picture that I used, which was, I believe it was this one. Yeah, it was. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a filter on that one. Same thing, I'm probably going to make it black and white since that's kind of how the picture is, but not very black and white, okay? If that makes sense. Not very black and white. And then what I'm going to do is you can crop it so I can bring it down. Now I can't move it in to crop it. And you just click on this check mark if that's where you want it. And then I can, resize it down and bring it, over here, however I want. Now it has that, it has that white outline. I don't know if you can see that very good or not, but it does have a white outline. I can change that right here. That white outline, I can make it pink, I can make it black, I can make it gray. I think I made it gray in my picture. So I'm just going to put that, I don't know, right over here. Okay. And you can, play with those filters too, as far as that goes. I think I might, there we go. All right. And so we're doing a sneak peek. And so I'm going to add some text, and I added text to this notebook. And so I'm going to put 3-day here. Again, changing the color, so simple. And what I'm going to do is just rotate that a little bit, because I want it to look like it is on the notebook paper. And then I did coach sneak peek, and I did sneak peek in this font, and I did 2 lines, and then I did it in gray. So I'm going to change that. I know I'm moving fast, but if you have questions, just email me, send me a message, and then I'm going to switch that around. So I'm going to show you how this line works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I do want this to be smaller, so I'm going to decrease that font. All right, and then the text spacing, you can see how that works. I want it to be closer together. There we go. And then we'll bring that down. We'll see, I might still need to bring that down smaller. All right, so then I'm going to use this font, and I am going to do coach. So I want that to go all down the side, just right here. So, whoops, I'm just going to space it out this way. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this in so it's easier to move around right through here. And then I want it to kind of go down. And as you play with this, you will get used to using it, I promise. And so what I'm going to do now is the text spacing again. I'm going to bring these letters closer together. I am going to make them smaller. I'm going to bring it down. I want them bold. Let's make those a little bit bigger. Oh, not smaller. Bigger. There we go. I'm going to go through this fast. I'm a perfectionist, so that's hard for me. Okay, I'm going to make this smaller. 28, 24. There we go. Let's bring it down. You get the idea, okay? So that's basically what you do. You can move it around. Here's what I like about it. Say this is what you need for the event. You got it. You posted it for the event, but you also need a Facebook photo for your group. Maybe you have a website and you need a photo for your website banner or whatever. And then maybe you want to post a photo for Instagram. So what you do is okay, let's say that, you want to download this. You're going to download it. You're going to save it to your desktop, all that good stuff, okay? That way you have it. You're probably going to want to put a name to it instead of no name. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make a copy. And so if you go to File, Make a Copy, this is gold. This is what I love, because you don't have to do it 100 times. So here's my copy of it. Here's my copy of Girl Boss. I'm going to make my, let's say I'm going to do an Instagram post. I'm going to change my dimensions. And I want to do Instagram. So I'm going to click on Instagram. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, you've got to change it around a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but I mean, you do that. You change it around a little bit. You increase, what you need to increase. It might look a little different, but it's got that same feel, as far as all that goes. So, let's change this up a little bit. Looks like you're going to have to do most of your work over here. So I'm probably going to change where my picture's at. Don't know exactly how I will do this. I'm probably just going to do, let's do this. But I mean, it changes the size, so you don't have to do a whole lot of work on that end. So that does make it easier. as far as that goes. So yeah, I mean, I would just play around with that. I won't waste your time on that, but yeah, I would just kind of play around with that with my picture, and just, take up that space with the text, but it's pretty neat. Same thing with the other versions. If you just hit file, make a copy, it's going to make the other dimension. So you can make any type of post that you want. So I hope that was helpful. Honestly, the best way to learn is to get in there, to do it, to play around with it, to learn, and it's just super helpful. One of the things that I did want to show you, like in mine, if I go to all of your designs, each and everything that I do is saved, and it's not showing me for some reason. But yeah, like if I go in here, like these are all the banners that I've created. Those are just recently. All of your designs. Yeah, so now I can go in here and you can see the things that I've created recently. So like each time that I make a YouTube video, that's the YouTube cover I use. So I literally can pull it up and change the wording. Every time I have a new challenger that I need to welcome to my accountability group, I change their photo and their name. Done. I have, pictures. Every time, that I do the leaderboard, that is all saved in a template, and I just change the names and the numbers, all that stuff. So anyway, I think you guys will like it. Hopefully that helped, so that you can start using that for your business. Again, if you have questions, let me know.